Climate change has become a global threat to humanity. There are many things we need to change if we want a healthy planet for us and our children. There is, however, a huge gap between scientific advice and actual environmental policies.
Economists would recommend that we should price carbon at high rates so that carbon emissions would decrease, while to citizens, basically this sounds like the government wants to tax them more, and citizens would not believe that pricing emissions actually reduce emissions.
So what can we do in order to keep global warming below 2 degrees, or even better, 1.5 degrees Celsius?
I always ask myself, if they're so effective and proven climate policy instruments, why are these not used more? Why are we not doing more of them to solve climate change? And I believe the reason is this issue of public support. In my research, I examine new arguments, new ways of thinking about environmental policy so that environmental policy can both be effective and also resonate with citizens.
Linus Mattauch is considering factors that are understudied, especially for the developing world. As a climate economist with a background in philosophy, he learned that policies have an economic but also a very personal dimension.
Citizens seem to be especially concerned about the impacts on inequality. My relative standing in society matters, and so if there's a policy reform, this might change where I am in society. Citizens are also very concerned about the identities they've chosen, the values they have.
These two factors, inequality and identity, should be included in the formula that decides on our climate action. A carbon price in developing countries could reduce inequality, as it would apply mainly to luxury goods. And your identity as a dedicated meat eater surely influences how much you appreciate regulations of meat consumption.
Levels of current meat consumption in industrialized countries are not sustainable, and they cannot be globalized, so meat consumption will need to be reduced. We have to think about which kind of properties of policy instruments would make this transition away from conventional meat popular.
This change of diet and other changes in society, for example in the urban transport system, would not only benefit our climate, but also our health. This aspect also has to be considered as part of our economic models on environmental policies.
I hope that the transition to a low-carbon economy will be much faster than anybody expects now. And I would hope that my research can contribute to real solutions that society at large will support for the climate problem. I'm Linus Mattauch, and I will hold the Bosch Junior Professorship in 2020.